The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Central Kentucky high school basketball starts now. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College.
And welcome back to Paul Lawrence Dunbar. It's great to have you with us. Game 2, 11th Region Semifinal. I'm Chris LeBar. He's former Scott County boys basketball coach Tim Glenn. Tim, it's Douglas and it's Lexington Catholic, two teams that are very familiar with one another.
Very familiar, but I'll tell you what, Chris, it's going to be a game of tempos, I believe. I think it can go one way or another, and I think it's going to go in different ways today. Both teams have the ability to play both ways, so it's going to be an interesting matchup for sure.
Douglas, coached by Murray Garvin, reigning 11th Region Coach of the Year. They've won 24 ball games, and they do a lot of things very well.
You know, and that's what I think. Coach Garvin has these guys where they can play fast, which is to probably their advantage. They're averaging 70-some-odd a game, but Coach Garvin also has them so that they can play slow.
How about Lex Cap? It made it to the 11th Region Final last year. They lose 9 players, and they're back, and they're doing so with balance.
You know, Coach Salzman, I think it's one of the finest coaching jobs he's done as well. This year, those guys have come together. I told him the last time we talked, each kid seems to be individually better as well as the team as a whole. So I think it's just going to be a chess match between two really good coaches this evening.
So glad you joined us on Glycod. It's the second of 3. The winner gets Great Crossing Tuesday at 7 for a right to go to the Sweet 16. Up next, we'll chat with both head coaches, and we'll be right back.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
A new year means next-level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Mathnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Mathnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Mathnasium, we're changing lives through math.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
With fast signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast signs, make your statement.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Here with Coach Brandon Salzman, the head basketball coach for the Lexington Catholic Knights. Coach, you're at a place where you've been pretty much your whole career. Semifinals of the 11th region, playing against the top team in you guys' district, which was Douglas. What do you think you need to get done in order for you guys to have a great chance to win this game tonight?
Yeah, well, good news for us, they weren't in our district.
That's right, they weren't. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, they, Murray's done a great job coming in his first year over there. They've got an uber amount of talent and athleticism. They've been playing very well here lately. They're ranked 2, 3, or 4 in the state, whichever poll you want to look at. There's a reason for that. So we know we've got our hands full. We're going to have to come out and play the best basketball we can. Pretty much everybody in the state counted us out and still counting us out. And we kind of like the idea of being the underdog for once in our careers. And, we'll see if we can come out and keep doing what we've done the last few games, which is play hard and play together.
I'll tell you what, I tell people all the time, if you ever give Lexington Catholic a chance, especially tournament time, you're in trouble because this guy has done it as a player. He's coached under probably one of the best underrated coaches in the state of Kentucky, and Danny Haney, and now he's kept the tradition going with his own mark that he's putting on this program. What has it been like? You played here. You coached under coach for so long. Now it's been your time. I've been gone for over 25 years. My son played for you guys on that state championship team. But what has it been like to coach at your alma mater all these years, keeping the tradition going, Brandon?
Yeah, that's a beast of a burden. There's no doubt about it. To follow in my hero spot, it just has meant everything to me. He called me yesterday, and we were talking about the game plan, and literally the words coming out of his mouth are what I'm going to write on the board. So it's kind of funny that I wear 2 bracelets usually when I'm not coaching that say "What would Jesus do?" and the other one says "What would Danny do?" So so I've tried to emulate him my whole career. I've tried to follow his lead, and we've been able to win a few games, kind of doing the way. It was him who kind of showed us the path. It was Coach Patino, of course, who showed us first, and we kind of followed that path, and we've kind of done the same thing and kind of morphed it into a lot of different stuff. But it's been a lot of fun. I've made a lot of friends, lost a lot of friends, and hopefully, here in the final few years of my career, who knows how many I've got left, but hopefully, we'll continue to be able to be as successful as we have been down the last few years.
Well, you and I both have something in common because I coached with Danny Haney, too, when he left you guys and went down to North Broward Prep. And he just called me 3-4 days ago, too, just asking what I'm doing, keeping abreast. We're always talking basketball. But one thing about Coach Haney was he teaches you about life. He teaches you about how getting over, doing the extra things to make you successful. It's always been bigger than basketball with Danny, and we've all learned that. And you've kind of done that thing, too. And that's the reason why you've been successful, because you stayed humble. No matter what your roster's been like, you stay competitive because of the things that you've got from the grassroots of your career, working and playing for him. And not only that, it's your alma mater, and that pride of Lexington Catholic runs through your soul, like no other. So from afar, I've been proud of you. Keep doing your thing, and good luck today against Douglas.
Yeah, you definitely got the better end of the weather on who was coaching with Haney win. But thank you. We appreciate it. We look forward to an awesome game and being a part of another great 11th region tournament. So go Knights.
One more thing. Keys tonight. What do you have to do versus them to have success? And then also, what do you have to make sure they don't do to have success?
Well, I think I was watching your broadcast of their district championship game, and I think you said at least 10 times, they're the best team in the state of turning your mistakes into buckets on the other end or dunks on the other end. So we're going to have to limit our mistakes and make sure that we get back in transition and try and make them play against our defense.
Well, Coach, good luck tonight.
All right. Thank you.
All right, buddy.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
You've got a lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Today's broadcasts are authorized by Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School and the 11th Region with production rights owned by Glycod. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all participating student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching and hearing Coach Salzman's comments, Tim. I really think they relish their underdog role today.
Sure, I'm and just watching, I love to watch a team warm up, and you get a good idea about where they are, what they're feeling. I tell you what, they got a business-like mind as they are approaching game time, but also Douglas as well. So just, again, it's two focused teams right here.
This nice program, and they've been, my goodness, have they been consistent. They've been regional runner-up, 7 times in 24 years, and every year they're right there knocking on the door.
Every year. And, Coach Salzman's testament to Coach Salzman. He's got a system. They do a good job in it. He adjusts it based on his personnel. And, again, I just think it's a wonderful coaching job he did with these guys because basically he told me, he said, this is our JV team from last year. And these guys have come along to possibly put themselves in a championship situation.
Yeah, Lexington 23-9, champions of the 43rd District, and they will take on Frederick Douglass Broncos. District runner-up out of District 42 at 24-4, and they're coached by Murray Garvin. He is the reigning 11th Region Coach of the Year, and he'll join our Sean Woods for a pregame conversation on the other side of this pause from Glycod.
New year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Mathnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Mathnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Mathnasium, we're changing lives through math.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Welcome back here with Murray Garvin, the head men's basketball coach of the Douglas Broncos, coach you in the semifinals. Every game from here on out is something new for you because, you know, this is your first time with this team getting to the semifinals of the 11th region. But it seems like you've been here before because of your experience, and I talk about it all the time. What is going through your mind as far as keeping your guys in tune and really relishing in the moment and not looking past it and also relishing in it the right way?
Well, first of all, being back at Dunbar playing in this gym, the S.T. Roach Gymnasium, it really gives me goosebumps, Sean. Dunbar threw me a lifeline when I came out of college basketball, and to come back in here to perform, have the opportunity to perform in a region semifinal, I just like to give honor to Jason Howe, my good friend who is no longer here with us, for giving me the opportunity to come to Dunbar. Being in a region semifinal, I say this with all humbleness. I've had to prepare for the likes of Rob Jones, Lavelle Moten, Jim Boeheim, Frank Martin, and these games, they're big, and it's big because it means so much to the community and the teams. But just a second ago, you heard someone saying, you're laughing right now. I learned to enjoy the journey and have a good time. Our kids are prepared. They've earned the right to be here. We're playing a first-class program in Lexington Catholic. They're here every year, if I'm not mistaken. This was the same game last year, Douglas versus Catholic in the region semifinal. So it's 2 of the top teams in the state of Kentucky. I'm excited about the opportunity, and let's see what we get.
Well, you know, I've been so proud of you, you know, making the transition because people don't understand it is different coaching at the college level, coaching against Jim Boeheim and the teams that we had to go through, and then coming here and coaching younger kids, and you're at the grassroots level to where we were getting kids that knew some of the things already. You're back at a level to where you got to teach them those things to get them ready for where we were. How has that been, that transition?
Oh, man, my first year, I had a great conversation with the late, great Billy Hicks. And Coach Hicks told me the difference in coaching high school and college is just what you said. And he said he had to realize that as a young high school coach. He said a kid didn't know something, And one of his guys at Everett said, well, Billy, you got to show them.
That's right.
Sometimes you got to show them on the high school level. Compared to when they got to us on the college level, they were prepared and they knew basic things. Now it's about teaching the game, building IQ, putting kids in position to be successful in their money spots per se, and keep them doing what they do well, and what they don't do well, hopefully you got another teammate that can do it for them.
Well, part of this conversation every week is I got to ask you, what are your keys to make sure you have success against Lexington Catholic? So go ahead and give me 2 or 3 of them.
I'm going to go out on a limb. We're probably going to see zone for 32 minutes. We're going to have to execute against the zone. We're going to have to guard Catholic. They're a very well-disciplined team. Their man-to-man sets are second to none. Our guys are going to have to guard with principles because we hadn't had a lot of time to prepare for them. But we're going to guard with principles. You got to guard back screens, cross screens, flare screens.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Time now for this afternoon's Keys to the Game, presented by our great partners at Tech 24. If you're seeking a fresh start to your career, then contact Tech 24. They're a commercial food service repair company hiring in Lexington. Brad Wilson is the contact. They are 864-549-8344. First, Tim, up first for Douglas. What must they do to come out with a win?
You know, Douglas, I do feel like rebounds are going to be huge both ways, but I think Douglas, they need to box out by position. I think Catholic, they can use some physicality at times they have this year, so they're going to need to box out by position. They got to execute in the half court, because Catholic will have times where they'll get it slowed to a point where they're going to have to execute and do something on one end of the floor as far as the half-court offense, and then they need to use some defense to create some offense. I think Coach Garvin will do that.
That is so key to Douglas's offense, though, is a fast break, live ball turnovers. And for Lex Cath, certainly a few things they must do to stay in this game.
Sure, limit the turnovers, which they've done for the predominant part of the end of the season for sure. They need to limit those turnovers. They can rebound both ends of the floor well. I think they can do that. And they, don't get sped up on offense. I do think it's going to be a game of tempos. They are going to have to play both ways, but Catholic doesn't need to play sped up the whole time. You mentioned that the pace of this game so important, and for opposing teams against Douglas, seems like sometimes they can fall into that trap of maybe playing a step too fast. And that's where timeouts come into play, and coaches calling timeouts when maybe it gets sped up and going a little too fast. But again, I do think both these teams can play fast. Both of them can play slow, but it's probably going to be to Catholic's advantage if they can keep it slowed down just a touch. The winner gets Great Crossing on Tuesday night at 7. The winner of that moves on to the Sweet 16. We'll step aside. Starting lineups in live basketball, semifinal number 2 from Dunbar, and we'll have it for you next.
Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
From Glycod, it's Central Kentucky High School basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for the real world. College for your world. Tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. Movement that inspires. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Mathnasium of East and West Lexington. Changing lives through math. Roosters, a fun, casual place for wings and more. Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. Community Action Council. New Vista. Tech 24. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment. And Fast Signs. Now courtside for all the action from Glycod on Central Kentucky High School basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College.
Get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
Let's take a look at your starting lineups for semifinal number 2, presented by Roosters. Roosters, a fun, casual place and a great place to watch tonight's game on Glycod. Also a proud distributor of today's lunch as we engulf in chicken tenders between breaks. Starters for Douglas, the expected 5. Surratt and Jenkins, all 11th region performers, with Avion Chenault now really contributing. He's missed 12 games, but he's back as a full-time regular. He's a double-figure scorer alongside Tate Robinson and the improving Logan Busen that just is such that hard-hat guy underneath for them.
Just a worker. Every team needs one, and he's a dandy.
Starters for Lex Cath, the expected starters. Max Maher leads them at 13 a night, followed by Ryan Harward, Hank Woodall, and sophomore Jacob Holland that is very prolific, made 75 three-point field goals this year. And junior Jack Gambrell will start as well. 4 of Catholic's 5 average double figures.
Well, Holland, he lets it go like he's made every one of them. I was so impressed by him the other day, the confidence and just that whole team and the way they share the ball and look for one another.
The officials out of the 7th and 6th region in Louisville. We will Take a look at those guys here momentarily, highlighted by James Johns. Chatted with James before the game, alongside Tony Montano and Doug Walker. And really a feat for them to officiate games at such a high level in the postseason.
Those three are highly recognized. Again, I've been through a few of these regional tournaments. We always share, with the Louisville. We've always done that. And those are three recognizable faces. They've called a lot of big games over the years, so they got a good crew here tonight.
This series controlled by Catholic. They've won 6 out of 7, including the 11th region, a semi last year, ending Douglas's season. And, of course, the ultimate heartbreak falling on that Vince Dawson 3 in the 11th region final last year. And we'll see what's in store today. Is this Lexington Catholic team? Goodness, if you talked about their prospects in the fall, I'm not sure many people felt like they'd be here this late in the year.
Well, we Brandon and I talked about that one evening, and they've progressed so much that they've got just as good a chance as any. I firmly believe that. I think Lexington Catholic is very poised and in a good spot. They don't have any pressure on them coming into this game. They're just going to come in, do the things that they have fertilized over the course of this year, and it's evolved into a pretty nice-looking plan.
So glad you joined us, and thank you for watching this afternoon. 8 games on the Glycod platform, Region 6, 7, 8. And of course, Tim and I joining you for the second of 3 in Region 11. Keith Elkins will join Sean Woods for the girls' final. Central and Douglas to tip at 7. And here we go. And Lexington Catholic will commence this game with the ball.
Touched it. That's a dangerous place to save that ball back in, because if he did save it clean, somebody catches it and shoots a layup right there.
And we'll see what Catholic has in store to start this game. Ryan Harward, 6'3" senior, and there's Gambrell.
You can see Douglas out, man, really pressuring up into them, keeping them sided out best they can.
And J.J. Jenkins, nice on-ball defense. It's out off of Ryan Harward. And Lex Cath underneath, just underway.
I'm sure Coach Garvin, he wants to see as many deflections as he can get as Catholic tries to work that ball in the half court right here.
There's the dump down to Woodall, their post player, working on Busen. It's up and in.
Handy move. Great footwork. Poised himself, put himself in a spot to get the shot off. But, man, just the footwork's what got himself open there.
He is very fundamentally sound, and Catholic 1 for 1 from the floor as Douglas, trying to return the favor.
Great defense.
There's Robinson. Avion Chenault flings a 3, and the rebound snared by Ryan Harward of Lex Cath.
Catholic's got to keep that to a one and done on Douglas right there. Just give him one good shot at it, and then they got to come away with the rebound. I think that really is going to be a big key for them, rebounding both ends of the floor.
On top, Woodall, as Jenkins now being brought out from underneath. Now Harward veers left, backdoor snare. Woodall catches it, it's short, and there's Busen chiseling out space for the rebound. And Logan up with the left, shot bothered, and it's going to catapult in the corner, scarfed up by Jack Gambrell.
Gambrell came from a long way away to get that thing. That was a great hustle play to come up with it.
Now Max Maher setting a screen for Gambrell. Jacob Holland will dump it down to Hank Woodall.
Love how Catholic uses that post-up possession to run their offense through it and have guys cutting off of it.
There's Gambrell kniving through the lane. Woodall catches the garbage. Woodall pump fake, muscles it up and in.
Footwork again. Work on your footwork there, young people, because that's how you get those kind of shots off.
Hanks 2 for 2 from the floor, and Douglas down a couple of early field goals. J.J. Jenkins working against Woodall. Thrust it, poke back.
Tough.
There's Ryan Harward out for Catholic. Takes it, and he's going to lose the handle out. It's going to stay Knight basketball.
Right there is one of those classic examples of a guy that blocks it out of the hand. Gives yourself a chance to block that thing with no foul. Great defensive play, Catholic's part down there.
Max Maher at the elbow. Now Holland and some theatrics this way as Avion puts it up, and a foul by Jacob Holland to negate the dunk attempt.
Good hustle. Great defensive play by Avion right there. Really played up underneath of him right there. He couldn't put the dribble. Dribble had to be to the side. And strong to the rim.
So Avion missed the first 12 games. You know all about his football status. Off to Western Michigan University next year. He wanted to play high school basketball one more year. And the rebound pops out in Lex Cath with a 4-1 lead. Now Maher.
They'll probably back off Maher just a little bit on that outside so they can give the help a little bit.
There's Woodall darting to the basket. Back out to Holland. Now Maher, and Chenault wrangles it away for Douglas as the ball's going to find Jenkins in transition. And JJ's long with that one. And
Great
the rebound
defense.
Collected by Jacob Holland of Lex Cath.
Great defense, not slapping at the ball, just use the body to break it up.
As Holland will nudge it to his companion. Great overplay, Tate Robinson, but it's brought back to Jacob Holland. And Maher completes the play.
Good cut off the ball to the basket and across the lane. Nice little nifty pass and good finish.
And Surratt explodes to the basket in the second Lexington Catholic foul.
Douglas is doing a good job of getting to where they need to be. They're going to have to finish some down there around the basket. But again, Catholic being tough around the rim, not making it easy. They're not going to give it to them. And that's why they're sitting where they are, both these teams.
And DeMarcus Surratt steers in the free throw. There's not much Surratt cannot do on the floor. Just such a well-balanced player.
He's really developed as well over the past 2 or 3 years. I remember him when he was at Lafayette.
So the Broncos 3 of their first 4 from the foul line. And a good, strong beginning for Lexington Catholic. And Harward finds Jack Gambrell.
Like that defense by the Broncos right there. That's tough. They started in that one kind of 1-3-1 looking to trap, and then they immediately went over to the man once they got across with it.
There's Maher up through Surratt. No, tapped around, and Jenkins able to scarf it up far sideline.
Great hustle.
There's Tate Robinson. We'll see what Douglas can do. Been held out from the floor. No field goals through the first 4.5 minutes.
Incredible. And they've had the ball right there, but just Catholic's toughness didn't allow it.
And Tate Robinson belt high back to 3. DeMarcus Surratt, all 11th region. He'll fling a 3. Busen denied as the rebound secured by Max Maher of Lex Cath, and what is a 3-point early advantage.
Catholic, like we talked about in the keys, just doing a great job on the boards. Not giving those second chance points to the Broncos.
There's Jacob Holland, the prolific 3-point shooter. Jack Gambrell, the initiator.
Jenkins not backing off Holland very far, that's for sure. Not a man that's made in the 70s on 3 points.
Woodall, the exchange. There's a 3 from Holland.
There he is, right on cue. You called it out, but Jenkins got hung up on that curl screen and the little handoff. Holland splashes it from the top.
76th time he's made a 3, and Lex Cath, the underdog, leading 9-3. There's J.J. Jenkins. He'll hoist one. Well short. Tapped around and gobbled up by Tate Robinson. Surratt a 3. Got it!
Good second chance. There's that second chance. Knights has got to come up with the first one. Cost them 3 right there.
Broncos on the board from the floor for the first time, and they trail at 9-6.
Douglas gets in that 1-3-1, just looking for a good trap situation, and then immediately goes right over into a.
There's Jacob Holland. He'll rifle it underneath Hank Woodall. Very, very deliberate and patient is Catholic early.
Yeah, and again, using the post to let the offense run through it.
Harward threads the needle. Wonderful conversion.
Footwork again. He just does such a good job to jab and pivot in a way that he gets himself open with one or two guys on him.
There's Surratt finding Buse and denied, and a foul on Max Maher.
Wow. Wow. I don't know if I'm going to agree with him on that one.
There's some instructional videos, Tim, you can not find that are better than that sequence for Lex Calf.
Perfect, actually, with that pick and roll from Surratt to Busen to just set him up right at the goal. But I'm going to tell you what, I'd say Brandon, he's given a pretty good earful there.
And the free throw rammed in by Logan Busen.
It must have been a foul if it banked in like that. That just conveyed the truth to me.
The adrenaline still pumping.
Yeah.
In 24. As the Broncos sub out, J.J. Jenkins had just took a seat. And number 4, Dakari Talbert will check in for the first time for Douglas. And Hank Woodall snares the Catholic rebound.
Busen, tough kid. He's given a lot of success to these Broncos over the years, that's for sure.
Good double team on the sideline to Max Maher. Now Maher with the return. Under a minute in this opening quarter.
That's a
Spinning for 2 more.
Great catch, top of the key. He knew he was going off the catch. One dribble move straight to the basket.
A 13-7 start. Tate Robinson is in.
That's a good look. Man, you knew that was going up. He caught that thing in stride, and really pretty stroke from Mr. Robinson.
His 69th made 3. That's a school record for Douglas. As Catholic in the balance of this quarter. Woodall with a pass from a freshman Mac Aaron that's on number 20 at the top of the key.
They're going to get one. Good patience, good discipline. One shot.
Harward veers in at 5.
Got to know your clock. Got to know your clock.
There's a long contested 3 by Holland that's short, and that's going to take us to the second quarter. Lex Cath, a strong beginning. They lead Douglas 13-10 on Glycod.
Year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Mathnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Mathnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Mathnasium, we're changing lives through math.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Chris LeBar alongside former Scott County boys basketball coach Tim Glenn. Welcome back to Paul Lawrence Dunbar semifinal number 2. Lex Cath, a strong early start.
Strong early start, man. Just very efficient offensively, of course, but also on the defensive side. Man, just was a terror for a couple of attacks to the basket on Douglas's part, but Douglas answered. They answered with a couple of big threes right there from Surratt and also from Robinson, and they're sitting right back where that's good. They needed that to finish that quarter.
There's a big 3 by Tate Robinson to stymie some of that momentum that Lex Cath began this game with. There you see head coach Garvin. He relies on his staff so much, been so complimentary about his surrounding coaching staff this season.
Murray is an outstanding individual himself, and boy, he's seen a lot of basketball over the years, that's for sure.
Well, hearing him speak with our Sean Woods before the game about what it meant to come back to Dunbar. Of course, he spent a couple of years as head coach here, and the relationships formed, and a foul on Lex Cath's Ryan Harward.
That's good. That right there, the Douglas was kind of, had the ball for about 25 seconds, moving the ball around, attacking. They have to do that. I feel like they settled a couple times early in that first quarter.
There's Surratt splitting defenders and banks it in.
Strong move. Just saw an advantage, and then he just took advantage of what was there, turned it into 2 points.
DeMarcus with 7 early and a 1-point Lex Cath lead. Trapped in the corner. That's Ashton Flugner, number 25, that's checked into the game.
Douglas had a great trap situation right there. Let him out.
There's Aaron lofting, and Chenault with a closing block. Now Tate Robinson dumps it to Dakari. Jets left. Surratt hoists one. Oh, yeah!
Good catch and shoot. Started because he got 2 feet in the paint, gave the kick out. Don't have to turn those shoulders and let it fly. Makes that an easy 3 for Surratt.
He's got 10 early, and Surratt in the passing lane.
No, I thought he was going to put it down. Thought he missed it. Long as you get 2 points out of it, boys, it don't matter.
And DeMarcus with a quick 5-point burst. He's got 12 for the game. Jacob Holland. Long misses Surratt. Finding Dakari Talbert. He'll fling it in.
Man.
And a Lex Cath timeout. A Douglas run to begin this second quarter.
10-0.
Wow. More coverage from Paul Lawrence Dunbar right after this.
Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
2 of DeMarcus Surratt's 12 on this exchange and steal.
He's just such an athlete. So long, great man. I thought we were going to get us a little Showtime, little highlight right there. But as long as it goes in, I know Coach Garvin doesn't care, and I know Surratt doesn't either.
We'll see how Lex Cath responds after being dealt an early blow. Again, a 10-0 Douglas burst, and Terry Kaysen could not hang on as the ball right through his mitts. And it's going to be Lex Cath ball underneath.
Kaysen and Talbert, 2 very key players that have kind of emerged into that role for Douglas for sure. Kaysen with the deflection there, and Talbot with that 3, the last 3 by the Broncos.
Nate Cohen is checked in, and there's a well-executed inbound Max Maher for 2.
Great job off the OB under. Again, that's just a way that you can score points. You really practice to get one or 2 passes to get you some points right there. What a great look.
Robinson in the corner. Swish!
He's just got a smooth stroke, man. Such a smooth stroke. He can catch and shoot. You got to find that guy another couple looks while he's hot.
Lead is 8. Lex Cath angling. Woodall finishes and a foul.
I'll tell you what, Woodall has been a scoring machine for the Knights.
So after the Robinson 3, Lex Cath with a chance to match it point for point. And to your point, Tim, Hank Woodall with 8 points in the early phases.
Now give him 9. All of it on good footwork moves down around the basket, and he's able to convert the and one on that one.
Nearing the 5-minute mark of this first quarter. A slow Douglas start. They didn't get their first field goal, though, about 4 minutes deep. Talbot short on that one and chased down by 13, Tate Robinson. There's Kaysen. Wide open is Terry, and he'll put it in.
Good finish. Took the hit, readjusted, moved it around a little bit, laid it in.
You get the sense they're really starting to pick up the pressure. There you go. Stolen by J.J. Jenkins. Dakari Talbot outlet. And in for 2 more.
He knew he had a defender right on his back, and he just kind of hung a minute, moved it side to side, let him go on by, and finish. That's a tougher move than what you realize.
It's going to stay Lex Cath as DeMarcus Surratt. His stint on the bench was brief as he checks in. Tate Robinson will exit.
You know, some of that pressure amped up, like you just mentioned, Chris, and it was with some of these guys coming off the bench, with Kaysen and these guys deflecting the ball and stealing it. That's a big commodity for a team coming into the semifinals here.
And the inbound for Lex Cath as they try to get a little bit closer. There's Woodall and Cohen. Rather, that's James Clare called for the foul on Douglas.
Just love how they use that post to take their offense through it. Not even sometimes just to get an immediate score, but to run the offense through it.
Post entry. Scoop shot is in with the left. That's Ryan Harward.
He's very skilled as well. Man, that's great going to his left hand right there. Just really pretty.
There's Talbert. As Dakari is giving this team a lift off the bench. And stolen away. Scooped up by Jack Gambrell. And Gambrell, left hand layup.
Take it to the other side, baby. You're on this side. I'll take it over here. Lay it in left-handed. It's a great move. Great move. Good recognition of the defense as well.
There's Surratt in the corner up top to Kari. Now DeMarcus, another. That swirls out, and Lex Cath gobbles up the rebound. It's Gambrell. And the shot blocked by both Jenkins and DeMarcus Surratt. It's going to stay Lex Cath possession.
That gang blocked that one. That's where you go up. Had 2 or 3 guys going after that ball.
Logan Busen back in as it's like Terry Kaysen will take a seat for Frederick Douglass. Nice
Great
overplay.
defense.
Yeah, it was by DeMarcus Surratt.
DeMarcus so long down there. Man, he'd be a tough guy to inbound the ball around.
There's Jack Gambrell. Harward veering in. He coughs it up, and a Broncos foul. Going to be their 3rd foul of this frame.
Probably was. We'll see if they give it to him going up. Got it underneath. I think he was still on the floor. Kind of got guys pushed into him right there more than anything else.
Foul on Avion Chenault. Be his first foul. And a very important 3+ minutes in this half for Lex Cath. There's Ben Warren on the floor, freshman for Lex Cath. He is handling it now.
Lexington Catholic's also been able to go to their bench some and give guys breaks. It's important in this first half. Good patience.
Yeah, it sure is, as Jack Gambrell will handle it for Lex Cath as we slide under 3 minutes in this first half. There's Warren, good overplay. That's James Clare with a steal. Busen, Talbert, Avion, and touch last underneath by Ryan Harward. It's going to stay Frederick Douglass.
Probably just tried to force that ball just a little too much right there. Now, I know they're trying to, again, run that offense through Woodall and get it started that way, but forced it in there, and good job on the overplay, causing that deflection and the steal.
There's Avion Chenault, the receiver on the inbound.
They're trying to find Tate Robinson a shot. I believe I'd run him off something. Might get him up and down once or twice. He'd just come back in.
Yeah, Tate's already made 2 threes.
There it is. Good fade screen to the corner.
That one's off.
Pretty good look.
Boy, the foresight, Tim, to see that ahead of time. The rebound for Lexington Catholic, down 5. And Jack Gambrell, this is a junior-laden Lex Cath team.
Yeah, they're going to have some experience under their belt for next year, that's for sure.
Hank Woodall comes up empty on that attempt, and Talbert for Douglas. Back to Avion. He'll fling one in as it rattles out. And Lex Cath with the rebound.
Douglas got to be careful not to settle. Don't settle for shots. You can still get you some good ones. Something right there towards the goal. like to see Avion on the attack.
There's Jack Gambrell. An open three for Harward. Comes up empty. Rebound secured by Tate Robinson. So Frederick Douglass possessing the ball. Talbert, a three. Rebound chased down again by 5. Ryan Harward of Lex Cath.
Again, you got 2 possessions right there where you made 1 pass and shot a 3 about 5 foot behind the line. It's okay if that goes in. When it don't go in, Mike ought to go ahead. Let's get something going towards the goal.
Jack Gambrell to handle. Harward missed his last 3. This time he penetrates, takes it against Avion.
Wow.
And Lex Cath able to get it. That's Maher, a strong drive. And again on the backboard.
Catholic rebounding both ends of the floor right here now. Like I say, on this offensive side, I do see that they can use that for some offense. They got to take advantage of it right here.
And Brandon Salzman, about 45 seconds left, said, let's go for 1. And boy, they appear content to do just that. Trying to take this a little closer into half as Avion Chenault ricochets it out of bounds.
The only thing you see on that is those guys, sometimes you're playing to hold for that last shot. But the Catholic's always shown that they do a good job of taking care of the basketball. But if a good one presents itself.
There's the inbound to Ryan Harward.
Now they're going to let them do it. They're not going to run at them.
And Surratt getting a little handsy up top at 10 seconds in the frame. And gobbled up in the corner by Gambrell at 3 underneath. And that's a play on and a basket to close the half.
Great job by Avion right there to sell that, I thought. But
the basket does count.
Yeah, just not enough contact to get a foul. Great job, great move right there by Maher.
Let's take one more look at the closing sequence of the half and a huge bucket for Lex Cath.
Maher doing what he's got to do. He's just got to get to that basket. And I guess he got more to the side, just made it an O call right there. But Chenault in the right spot.
3-point game. Lex Cath trails Favorite Douglass 27-24 at the half. And Tim and I with more coverage from Paul Lawrence Dunbar right after this.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864 549-8344.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Mathnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Mathnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Mathnasium, we're changing lives through math.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Mathnasium of East and West Lexington, sponsor of tonight's Scholar Athlete. Mathnasium unlocks the math potential in every child.
Halftime at Paul Lawrence Dunbar, semifinal number 2, Douglas leading LexCat 27-24. Time now for the Scholar Athlete of the Week, presented by our partners at Mathnasium. Mathnasium providing changing lives through math and trusted by over 1 million parents. This week's Scholar Athlete of the Week, several to choose from. We're going to go with the Malachi Moreno, 4.0 GPA, and just wrapping up a tremendous high school career, and it will continue for at least one more game as Great Crossing defeated Bryan Station earlier this afternoon. We'll take a quick timeout. Tim Glenn is with Bryan Station's Amari Owens, and we'll have that conversation for you coming up next on Glycod.
Any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
With Fast Signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Central Kentucky Driving School, raising the bar in driver education. Man of War Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. And by Dunn Franklin Auto, driven by family.
Back live at Paul Lawrence Dunbar's halftime. Douglas leads Lexcat 27-24. Let's check in with Tim Glenn. He's with Bryan Station guard Amari Owens.
Welcome back to Glycod. We've got junior Amari Owens from Bryan Station. Just finished up at first game of the day. I know you're disappointed, but just tell me something about your year, man. What did this year mean to you, and where you got, but where you want to be?
Man, this year meant a lot, man. We knew we had potential to go to state, but you know, we also worked so hard in the off season, and you know, we worked so hard to get up to this point, and you know, we just fell kind of short, but you know.
Well, I'll say this, Amari, I've had to play against you, not this year, but the last couple before that, and you're just such a competitor. And then just to see how you've developed, because I got to see you when you first got there to Station. And what I say, you've developed offensively, defensively, I think you mentally, toughness. You know, what are some of the things in this next off season? What are you going to work on as far as developing the next part of your game?
Man, I'm going to try to work with my jump shot, you know, try to get that down to the tee. Just like how I get to the rim, I just want to be shooting my jumper like that. And, you know, get on the rim, dunking, you know, some of them layups I be getting can turn into dunks, you know. So I'm going to just work hard all summer.
Well, I tell you, I saw you in warm-ups a few times as well. I said, Mari's up there, he's getting it now. Well, I know that you turned into a wonderful scorer in the 11th region, but also in the state of Kentucky, much like your dad. I remember your dad, and he was such a player down there at Boyd County, and you know, I actually had your dad in middle school in the 6th grade. I don't know if he ever told you that when he was in Scott County. But, hey, I remember him, and he's a competitor as well. What do you think right there in that last part of the game, that score got tied up for the second time? I mean, what's going through your mind during that time in that first game today against Great Cross?
Man, we was like, we've been in this position before, you know. In the district championship, we was down 11 at half, you know, so we've been in this position before. We always come back and, like, you know, we was built. I was like, we're built for the moment, but I mean, it just didn't go our way, you know.
Well, I tell you, you've had a great season. Bryan Station's had a great season. I will say this: tell us some of the schools that have reached out to you and had interest so far along in your career. You've got one more year coming back next year, but who's already gave you interest?
Marshall, you know, EKU offered right before the season. Jacksonville offered at the Christmas tournament, you know, the LIT. Charleston has reached out, WKU. You know, there's a lot more schools to come, you know.
Sure. Well, I tell you what, great opportunity for you. You're a fine young man. I've enjoyed seeing you evolve into the player you are. I can't wait to see what you're going to do next year in the Bryan Station Defenders. And Coach Ligon, congratulations on your season.
Thank you.
And we'll be back right after this on Glycod.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Halftime at Paul Lawrence Dunbar's. Take a look at your first half stats presented by Community Action Council. They're helping people and changing lives. How about Douglas taking care of the ball, Tim, only one giveaway?
Man, I tell you, that's impressive because, Catholic's great defense. They're really defending them well. They're not really in the passing lane a lot, but they're still pressuring to a certain degree. So that's big, limiting those turnovers for Douglas as well.
Lex Cath +7 on the backboard and 5 made threes. Tate Robinson with a couple of big ones. What are your first half observations?
Well, we said in the beginning, Catholic, I think rebounds are going to be a big. You got on me the other day for using the word quotient, but that's going to be a big quotient in their equation for sure. Is the rebounding factor. And I think, we saw them get some second chance points, second chances at the rim late in the second quarter that kind of kept them to be able to draw it to this 24-27. And, and they did a good job early on, especially as giving Douglas one and done.
Brandon's got the glasses on. He's got the clipboard in front of him. What's he diagramming over there?
I think, for one, he's going to have to find Mr. Robinson. Don't give him any more looks because it looks like every one of them is going to go in. I think he missed one that first half, but again, they can't. They're going to have to be a little more careful or just to make sure they just get one and done with Douglas, I think, rebounding-wise. But they're doing a great job in the half court, man, just running that offense through their post and getting the look they want. Don't settle. Get the look they want.
I'll take a timeout. Second half next. Douglas on top of Lexcat 27-24 on Glycott.
A lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
DeMarcus Surratt leading Frederick Douglass with 12 first half points. Hank Woodall with 9. Max Maher with 8 for Lex Cath.
Surratt had a little flurry right there that was the catapult that kind of put them to run past Catholic, but Catholic again answering the punch, drawing it back to 3 before the quarter closed out.
The winner gets Great Crossing Tuesday at 7 o'clock for a right to go to the Sweet 16. As Great Crossing getting past Bryan Station by 3, and our thanks to Amari Owens for joining you at halftime. So Lex Cath going to start things, and Avion Chenault wrangles it away for Douglas.
Tough defensive play, open look for Surratt.
And that one short rebound for Lex Cath. It's brought down by Jacob Holland.
It's a good look. All the Broncos will take that look from one of their leaders in Surratt.
And Woodall weaves it back to Jack Gambrill. Good overplay by Busen, and Chenault maybe just a stride late will be guilty of a foul.
Yeah, just kind of a 50. It got poked away, and they both were going after it, and man, I've pleaded that to a referee no how many times. So they were both going after it, and you're calling a foul on my guy. I think Chenault got that end of it.
What's the defensive adjustment the Broncos are going to make on Woodall?
They've already showed it a little. They're really overplaying on the bottom side. They're not on that bottom side at all. They're going to get up there and really make them either have to lob over top, but they got to handle that screen and roll out on the top. Catholic doing a lot of it. One side to the other, matter of fact.
Ryan Harward, far sideline for Lex Cath.
Good. Jenkins just turned his drive right slam around as soon as he got to the block. Busen kind of playing Woodall at a side front when he's out that far. They've got to switch now.
Max Maher.
Great defense by Busen.
Yeah, it was. Shot bothered by Logan Busen. Chenault finds DeMarcus Surratt. Surratt in between strides.
Yep.
And a player control foul. So 2 early Broncos fouls to start this second half. 1 on Chenault, the second on DeMarcus Surratt.
2 big key players, but just the first on Surratt. He just he had his mind made up before before he got too close, but a great defensive set right there by Catholic on that drive.
And the defense extended now as Chenault at the teeth. Woodall back to the basket, tight player.
There's that footwork.
And it trickles off as Surratt chases down the Broncos rebound.
Got numbers.
There's JJ finding Logan Busen.
Yep, sure did. Oh no, Busen's down. Looks like maybe holding his hand or wrist possibly.
And Busen trickle back down here on this side of the floor as Douglas now with 3 early fouls in the first 150 of this second half.
That could be big. It sure was. I don't know. I like the idea that they're attacking though. They keep attacking. That's going to open their 3-ball up. Not just settling for that 3.
Jack Cambrell weaving his way, finds Maher, and Woodall will chase it down underneath us, and it's deflected out by J.J. Jenkins.
Broncos getting quite a few deflections today, that's for sure. Good and active. They got to keep that pressure throughout the rest of this second half.
Here's the dump down, and Busen able to poke it back out. Wonderful recovery by Tate Robinson, and Lex Caff guilty of a foul.
Great job.
Jacob Holland called for the reach around.
That's a tough defensive play by Tate Robinson. I mean, a serious tough play to poke it away, then go after the 50-50 ball with 2 Catholic guys on his side and come away with the foul. Tough play.
And DeMarcus Surratt, 12 first half points, leading scorer in the game to waltz across for Frederick Douglass. There's Avion Chenault in the corner.
Scoreless, I think, first 2.5 minutes. Is that correct?
It is, and Douglas had a dry spell from the floor to start the game. About 4 minutes empty before they netted a field goal.
Wow.
And it's Catholic hanging around here. Avion Chenault in the corner, hoist to 3, and he's got it!
Had plenty of look, plenty of time. It's a little easier to shoot that than after one pass, you know what I'm saying? And he had plenty of time. He set his feet. Nobody came out. No rush about it. That's a good look for Avion.
And Chenault able to rip that away, and a whistle. He'll pick up his second foul this quarter.
Probably not a bad job by Holland because he was going to be in a bad spot right there to be trapped, and that's that high up by Avion and Tate Robinson.
You know, the replay's not been our friend the last 2 attempts. We'll try until we get it right with 4:48 in this third.
Pressure starting to heat up a little bit on the Douglas side. Might have got away with a walk right there.
And the ball's going to spill over to Ryan Harward for Lex Cath. They've yet to score here in this third quarter. Harward drives in, and it's going to trickle off Hank Woodall out of bounds.
Just Douglas amping it up just a little bit on that defensive side, and Catholic showed they were bothered.
And Surratt to organize things, and Tate Robinson. There's Chenault, extra pass. J.J. Jenkins explodes and lays it in.
That's great basketball. The middle cut, hit that middle flasher, and he drops it to a baseline cutter to lay it in on the opposite side. Great basketball.
J.J. Jenkins, a big basket there, and Broncos with 5 straight to start this second half. The lead balloon now to 8 points.
Catholic can't have empty possessions right here.
Holland threads the needle. Gobbled up by Maher.
They're trying to get downhill, but Douglas doing a great job defensively. Looks like Cayson's getting ready to come in. That always amps it up.
Ryan Harward, everything but as it rattles out. Woodall chases down the rebound. Harward attempts again. And Robinson taps it to Avion Chenault to Douglas as a basket here would grow the lead to double figures. Extra pass, Surratt.
Good patience. Good patience. They may let Avion have another one. I don't know.
That was a big three he made in the corner.
Big three. Got them going. Broke their dry spell.
Surratt rifles it. Tate Robinson launches. Long rebound secured by Jacob Holland of Lex Cath.
There's that good fade screen again from the top to the corner. Very effective to get him open.
The Catholic certainly cannot stand too many more empty possessions. Again, they've not scored in this third quarter. There's Maher, lofts it high and in.
It's about all that Tate Robinson could do with him. He got him deep enough that he could just spin and lay it in.
Max Maher with 8. He averages 13 on the year. We're going to have a Broncos timeout. They lead by 6, and we'll step aside as well. Thanks for joining us today from Paul Lawrence Dunbar, side of the 11th Region Semifinals from Glycod.
Any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Alongside former Scott County boys basketball coach Tim Glenn, I'm Chris LeBar. Welcome back. Second of 3 today with the girls' 11th Region Final to tip at 7. It's Madison Central alongside Frederick Douglass. Keith Elkins will be here with our Sean Woods. What do you look for in that game?
Man, I tell you what, Douglass, they've been running pretty hot here pretty much this whole second half of the season. So, and they've got a lot. But I mean, Madison Central just, golly, that's a dandy. I'm not gonna call it. I'm not even gonna try to call it, to be honest with you.
Madison Central with the 11th Region Girls Player of the Year, Natea Strader, also Coach of the Year, Scott True, and Douglass girls without Kate Baker, their leading three-point shooter, has been out with an injury the last 3 or 4 weeks. Seems like they've elevated their play, albeit in different ways, as we welcome you back to live action.
Good patience by Douglass. This is a good possession for them right here. It's going to be important for them to get a good look.
And DeMarcus Surratt up top for Douglass.
Going to get a screen from Kaysen.
Chenault made a 3 from that spot. Now he veers to the basket, and Talbert scarfs it up on the baseline, and the rebound gobbled up by Max Maher of Lex Cath.
Good defensive stand by the Knights.
Here's Maher. Got it!
Gosh, she's so long, man. It's a great drive right there to come up, recognize the defense. Avion from the other side.
And rebound secured by Terry Kaysen, and the Broncos recycle as we tiptoe under 1 minute, third quarter. Talbert wiggles in. Kaysen saves, and in the corner, it's Avion Chenault back out to Tate Robinson. Yes!
I'm going to say that's a 90% shot when he's got that much room on kind of an inside-out set up by Avion to get 2 feet close to the paint, kick to him.
71 made threes on the year. Robinson has made 3 today, and a touchdown lead Douglass. As Kaysen, speaking of a touchdown, tackles Hank Woodall far sideline, the 4th team foul on the Broncos.
That was textbook tackle. His football coach at Douglass has been very proud of him on that one.
And Nathan McPeak, we wish him well, recovering from neck surgery. As the Broncos going to sub in.
Coach McPeak's a great guy from all avenues of things that I've heard when I've met him, but also from the people that played for him and worked with him. He just does a great job over there.
Hank Woodall long with that one. And the Broncos going to sub out both Surratt and Chenault, 2 regulars, so
The only regular in right now is Tate Robinson.
Yeah, they've got Nate Cohen in the game, and 2 misses there for Lex Cath as they'll leave some meat on the bone.
Get it down to 1 shot right here. I'd say Catholic may let them hold for 1. I believe they are. Yeah, they're going to let them hold for 1.
So Douglas led by 3 at half. They've added 4 to that tally.
Look for that fade screen again right here, maybe. No.
And Talbot at 5. There's Robinson at 3. Kaysen at the horn. And that's going to take us to the 4th. 7-point game. We'll step aside as we get set for the 4th quarter. 35-28. Douglas leads. More coverage right after this.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
A reminder, more basketball ahead today. 7 o'clock, tip-off girls final, Madison Central and Douglas. And then Tuesday back here at 7 with the winner of this game taking on Great Crossing for the 11th Region Boys Championship.
Great Crossing just got so many pieces that play into their team and what they do. And they just do a good job of finishing a game. You know, they've just been in so many spots, and that's really going to help them right here in this tournament, that's for sure.
So many big plays by Brian Station today, but every time they got closer, Vince Dawson seemed to have an answer, and that's just really the synopsis of his career.
He's an answer man, son. He's so tough. It's a big possession. The bucket right here is be big for Douglas to give some good space.
There's Robinson squirming baseline.
It's good patience. Douglas able to give their starters kind of a Surratt, Chenault, Busen, give them a little break right here.
And patience for Douglas.
Not a bad move, especially while you're resting those guys.
Now Kaysen finds Tate for a 3. Just short on that. And Holland, an astute play to watch that ball gobble out of bounds, and it's going to be back to Lex Cath.
Well executed play by them right there. They had Kaysen caught that ball in the corner, attacked it with his left hand to the middle, and Robinson left the block and replaced him from the drive, left him wide open.
There's Jack Gambrill around to Aaron that played briefly in the first half. And there's Mac Aaron, the 9th grader.
Jenkins went for the steal right there, but Kaysen right there to pick him up on the drive.
Entry to Maher, and Robinson called for a foul from behind.
Probably didn't foul him, but he had his hand on him. And it, I would say from that angle, it did look like it.
Tate Robinson subs out. And Hank Woodall back in for Lex Cath. The Knights with 4 points in that 3rd quarter.
Good breaks for those 3.
There's a lob. Maher completes.
Catholic just notorious for that. Brandon Salzman's entire coaching career. Out of a timeout, you always got to get on the inside shoulder of that guy right there. It's an eye contact thing, and it's got him a lot of points over the years.
35-30 with 6:11 in this 4th quarter. Open three, J.J. Jenkins leaves it short. Kaysen sneaks in for a big rebound.
Great rebound. Great presence of mind to know how to get it out of there.
Xavier Chenault for Douglas. Kaysen in the seam, elevates Woodall, and Hammer and Hank literally with a foul.
Yeah, that good job on Kaysen's part. Good pump fake, get him in the air, and again set his feet and go straight through that contact, and that'll warrant him. You can see he catches that good pump fake. It put Woodall right in the air quick. When he recognized that, you just go towards the goal and get you 2 free throws. But I like your analogy there earlier. You can't leave that meat on the bone, that's for sure.
Got a Lexington full timeout, 5-point game. We got a Frederick Douglass free throw when you come back. You're watching the 11th Region Semifinal on Glycod.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
With Fast Signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast Signs, make your statement.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
5-point Douglas lead with 5:50 left in this fourth quarter. One more Broncos free throw, and Lexington hanging around, but do they have enough arsenal to get over the top?
I think they do, but it's just going to be, they can't have any more. They had such a long drought of empty possessions with just 4 points in that third quarter that they can't have anything long like that again. We only got 5:50 left, and but if they'll keep scoring here and get stops in the buckets, keep it close, that they're going to be able to execute when it goes down to the wire here. Just keep taking care of the ball.
They got Jacob Holland, their most prolific shooter, at least from three-point range. He's made 76 on the year. Keep an eye on that as Douglas balloons the lead now to 6.
Maybe do some things screening-wise to get him some looks. That allows got a trap situation. He can't pick it up. Don't foul him.
And Holland trapped in the corner. Held ball. The arrow is with Lexington Catholic.
That's where he was. He's been in that spot 2 or 3 times. You can't cross right there because they're playing to trap that, and then they're going to that man-to-man.
There's Gambrell in backcourt for Lexington. Need to get something out of Hank Woodall this quarter as well. There's an open 3, and that's going to spin left from Jacob Holland. And J.J. Jenkins with a rebound. There's Dakari Talbert splitting defenders. Hoist it wildly. And the rebound secured by Hank Woodall of Lexington. Driving is Jack Gambrell. Backside passes off Ryan Harward. Couldn't get it to go down. And Douglas with vintage numbers.
Great rebound. Great transition. Great transition by Douglas.
Grows the lead back to 8 as Lexington could not convert from the doorstep. And Harward is bumped and fouled by Avion Chenault.
Probably not a bad deal right there because Talbot was going to be guarding Maher down there, and Harward had already recognized that. He was going to put it to him. You can see that's just great transition by Douglas. Those are the things. They get 2 or 3 runouts like that right there. That's going to be tough for the Knights to overcome it.
Here's an entry to Woodall, poked by Surratt. And Max Maher out with it for Lexington. An 8-point deficit.
Still got to be some patient. You can't get desperate. There's still plenty of time.
Harward cuts, and Chenault erases out of bounds.
Blocks it from way up above the shot point.
4:32 left.
Chenault did a good job of. There's that step in.
Ryan Harward, everything but as it swirls out, and the Broncos pick up their 3rd foul of this quarter.
Another good OB under from the Knights. Just enter it to the corner inbounder steps in, posts up, and you got a good one there in Harvard to catch it in that spot with a guy on his back.
Very solid free throw shooter at 76%. This is a LexCath team that shoots them very well as a group, 71%.
They needed these. He gave them both of them. That's good.
2-possession game nearing the 4-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Broncos trying to advance to their 4th regional final in school history. Here's DeMarcus Surratt, J.J. Jenkins finding Tate Robinson.
It's good patience. Catholic kind of sitting back in, just making you, they're going to let you make the mistake, if you will. Going to extend it out a little bit, using that screen.
There's Chenault. Great extra pass as Jenkins completes.
Man, good basketball. Again, hit the middle, baseline cutter. They got something similar to that earlier. There's a trap situation. Good job. You can't hold on to it long.
Harward drives, elevates it in as he gets the roll.
Tough.
And a LexCath timeout. We're going to keep things right here. Now back to a 6-point game.
That's a good, strong move by Harward. He got by his man, kind of swiped at it a little bit, gave him an advantage. When he did, man, just took it straight into the defense right there. He had either a foul and when the defense backed off, he just kind of went straight through it and laid it over the front of the rim. Been a well officiated game, really. I mean, it's just both ways, and physical yet letting them play. So.
See what Douglas opts to do here as Catholic picking up at half court.
This can be tricky. This is at 2-2-1, okay? So you're going to have somebody in the middle. Best way to do this is to have like a 1-3-1 kind of deal. And that's about what Coach Garvin did. Again, just trying to let you make the mistake.
There's Busen. Great fake, and Logan puts it in and draws a foul.
Footwork, man, I tell you, we've had some textbook stuff by these guys down and around the basket that they don't get that shot that wide open without just good footwork, taking your time. Busen using fakes, step through, pivot, lay it in, unscathed, but going to get a chance for an and one right here.
Leaving that short, and an 8-point deficit for Lexington Catholic, nearing the 3-minute mark. Jack Gambrell out with it for LexCath.
Harward really rolls hard on that screen down there. Just kind of a post screen, if you will. Harward just playing off that thing. And Surratt staying on top of Woodall as best he can.
There's Holland trying to squeeze a little room. Rifles it right through heavy congestion, and it's out to Douglas.
And that was off of the defense off of that screen right there to the point where it just fuddled that up enough that it made it a tough catch for Woodall down there.
Dakari Talbert on the floor for Douglas. There's Tate Robinson hoisting and leaving that short. And chased down on the baseline by Hank Woodall of LexCath. Needing some points. Harward veering, lofting, no. Cleaned up and stripped out by Avion Chenault. Here's J.J. Jenkins.
Wow.
Leaving that short. Chenault there for the tap in.
Go to clean it up. Just keep attacking the rim with it. That's good. They got back in their press so that they kind of slowed them up a little bit, looking to get that trap. It's a good timeout by Brandon right there.
It's a full timeout. Avion Chenault making some big plays in this game for Douglas. They lead by 10. And we'll have more coverage from the 11th Region Basketball Tournament right after this.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
And a huge thank you to Army National Guard and all of the great corporate partners with Glycon. A huge thank you as well to Damon Kelly, Athletic Director, Paul Lawrence Dunbar, and the 11th Region Group for having us this week. It's been a fantastic tournament. And still more basketball coming up. I think they wanted to foul there as Brandon Salzman working the sideline.
Kind of converged a little bit on the cutter, tripped him up. Really did kind of impede the way he was moving.
Stolen away.
Can't force it right there, Mr. Holland.
And Douglas now really with the upper hand as Avion Chenault in the corner. Floats to Tate Robinson. There's another. And he's missed from back-to-back tries to that same locale.
He's got to let it go. That's a good spot.
There's Woodall back to Harward. And DeMarcus Surratt called for the foul. Broncos now with 4 team fouls. Common foul, Douglas on the defensive end on the inbound.
Douglas defensively just done a great job against a lot of good sets by the Knights, to be honest with you.
Well, there's 5 of them. So JJ idles the clock at 1:31.
Now that's what you don't want to do, is to idle that clock with them shooting free shots at the goal. So now it gets a little interesting because you start fouling and Catholics start making free throws.
Ryan Harward for 2. If this score holds, free throw takes it to 9. We'll have a rematch from a December 13 game this year in which Douglas lost to Great Crossing by 8. Only time they've met this year. And Crossing only 1 loss in Kentucky. That occurred at Juggernaut St. X. If you watched them last night on Glycon, man, they were something else.
Yeah.
Blowing out a solid Ballard team. 1:30 left in this one. Tate Robinson.
Good job taking care of the basketball right there.
And a wonderful defensive effort, but a foul called as Jack Gambrell be called for the 3rd Lex Calf foul.
I wondered if Coach, that's really the first time they pressed him in the full court, was right there with 1.5 minutes. But I get it. You don't want, they've done a good job. Heck, they've held them to 40 points.
There's the inbound to Jenkins. Well, what's the defensive mindset here for Lex Cat? Don't they have to get a little more snappy?
They're going to have to probably search out some trap situations, and I guess they're going to use Gambrell to run off of Avion.
4th team foul, as it's going to be the 4th as well on Hank Woodall, who got off to just a great start in the first quarter. 8 early points. And he's been relatively quiet since.
He has. That's a fact. And I think they've guarded him a little different here in the second half.
There's Jenkins now in backcourt. And Surratt fouled, and he's going to toe the line for 2.
Lexington Catholic right now, they're going to have to try to get, if they're going to have a chance to pull their way back in this thing, they're actually going to have to try to select who they put on that line. And as far as, getting guys that you're going to have to, but Surratt and probably Robinson are not guys you want going up there.
Yeah, DeMarcus, a 76% foul shooter on the year. As Lexington Catholic will sub out Aaron. And DeMarcus trying to grow this lead back to 10. And left that short, knew it, but cleaning it up is J.J. Jenkins.
Great job by Jenkins to pursue that rebound.
Lead at 11. Maher spinning, threading the needle. How
Great
about
job.
that for Woodall? And a Broncos 30.
Good timeout. You don't want to give a possession away right there.
Take a quick 30-second break. Be right back after this.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
With Fast Signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast Signs, make your statement.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
A 9-point Frederick Douglass advantage with 47.9 remaining. Broncos appear on their way to their 25th win of the year if they can salt this one away. Surratt
cross.
And they did as Avion grabs, and there he goes.
Showtime, baby. I've been waiting for one of those. Daggone it. That's a.
Well, you're not going to leave disappointed, Tim.
Nope, I got it. That was awesome. I'm going to tell him about it when I see him.
It's deflected. Speaking of that, we will catch up with Broncos head coach Murray Garvin after the game. You will hear his comments. Also update the final stats. We'll have our most outstanding players as well. And looking forward to what appears to be a Tuesday night title game between the Broncos and Great Crossing, two of the top teams in the state, as Talbert snares the Douglas rebound.
They'll probably dribble out here. They're going to let them.
And Lexington Catholic's outstanding season going to come to an end. Two great coaches meeting at the scores table.
Both those guys done an outstanding job this year.
Final score, Douglas moves on. They advance to Tuesday's championship game. They beat Lexcat 49-38. We'll reset the table, have some post-game activities for you in just a few moments. Be right back with that after this on Glycod.
Get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You've got a lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride, just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento, just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4, yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Cartown Kia, your dealership for unmatched design, performance, and savings at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville. Visit them online at CartownKiaUSA.com.
Back live at Paul Lawrence Dunbar, Frederick Douglass. Their season will continue as they defeat a game Lexington Catholic group today, 49-38. Lex Cath actually led after the first 8 minutes, 13-10. Douglass then went on a run. They led by 6 at half, 10 after 3, and they'll add one more point to that margin for what is a 49-38 victory. Broncos 25-4 on the campaign. Lex Cath, their very solid season will come to a close today at 23-10. Let's take a look at your final numbers presented by our partners at Community Action Council. They are helping people, and they are changing lives. 3-point shooting, wow, a huge disparity in this game. And Tim and I talked at the beginning, Les Cath, they needed to make a lot more than one to win this game. And you can credit Frederick Douglass's defense, but only 1 of 7 from 3 for Lex Cath, as Tate Robinson alone made 3 for the Broncos in a big swing on 3-point field goals. Lex Cath +7 on the backboard. And kudos as well to Frederick Douglass for only having 3 turnovers. Now, certainly Lexington Catholic doesn't cause a lot of turnovers with their form of defense, but I think Murray Garvin has to be very happy with the way his team protected the ball today. So the Broncos move on. They're going to take on Great Crossing on Tuesday at 7 for a right to go to the Sweet 16. And that game should certainly draw heavy attention around the Commonwealth, as you've got 2 of the arguably, top 4 teams, maybe 5 teams in the state meeting on Tuesday. Got a lot more to come here in our post-game report. We will have a look at the most outstanding players presented by Elite Building Products. We will also check in with Tim Glenn. He is trying to lasso Murray Garvin down in the Broncos locker room. We'll hopefully connect with a player as well. Still more to come from Glycod. We'll be right back.
A lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride, just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento, just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4, yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
Need a tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
At a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full time.
While I work full time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Let's take a look now at your most outstanding players today, presented by our partners at Elite Building Products in Nicholasville. They are locally owned and providing the widest selection on top quality products for any home improvement. If you'd like more information, visit their showroom in Nicholasville or give them a call at 859-887-2440. Most outstanding player for Frederick Douglass, and you're going to hear from him momentarily as he slides in. That's DeMarcus Surratt. DeMarcus, 15 points and 4 assists. And for Lex Cath, Hank Woodall, 11 and 8, today's most outstanding player. Let's check in just a moment. We're going to get Tim Glenn. He is with Murray Garvin and a couple of Bronco student athletes, and we're going to let them be. We'll give them about another minute, and we'll be back. You'll hear from Murray, Tim, Avion, and DeMarcus Surratt in just a minute. Be right back.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Let's check in with Tim Glenn. He's with Murray Garvin, DeMarcus Surratt, and Avion Chenault.
Welcome back here on Glycod. We're here with the semifinal champions.
I'll claim it, Tim.
I know. I can't give it to you yet, Coach. The semifinal champions, the Broncos, Coach Murray Garvin, Coach of the Year in the 11th region this year, but I've also got a couple of your players here. Mr. Surratt, I have seen you since you were at Lafayette. I don't know if you remember me over at Scott County or not, but we tried to guard you there as well as at Scott County. But, hey, what's this mean to you, being back in this situation, getting ready to go to championship on Tuesday?
I think it's really special. Last year we played Catholic in that same exact position. We lost to them, so it felt great to come back and beat them. But making it to championship, that's what we all knew what we could do. We put in so much hard work this year, and we're here, we're ready.
Well, I tell you what, you have developed as a player, and just seeing you how you developed coming in as a freshman, outstanding. You're going to have a great career even beyond, but you ain't done yet, son. You'll be back on Tuesday, and I know you're excited.
Yes, sir.
Avion, I saw you at Douglass. You remember I came down on the floor. I said, man, you're back in and you staying at school because you thought about going on a little early. I'm so glad to see you out there. And again, you were big tonight, I thought, in a couple of the 50-50 balls, Coach, and just the things you do. And I just kept waiting. I told Chris, I said, I kept waiting for the showtime. You gave it to me at the end.
Yes, sir. You know, I came back because I wanted to be a part of something special, you know. All the guys on the team, they're like family to me because I've been here for 4 years. I just wanted to come back and give it my all one last time and make a great run with the boys. So I'm glad we got this win tonight and move on to the championship on Tuesday.
Well, I think one thing for you guys to remember, I do see your love for one another when you're playing the game and different things like that. Coaches can see that. Yes, and I see that in the way that you guys are playing, and I wish you the best of luck. And, Coach, you know, you guys started slow. I know in the second half when you started out, Avion, you broke the drought out of the corner over there. What I say, slow starts, but I loved your patience at times because I said all along, one of the big keys, I said it's going to be a game of tempos for sure.
Right. Well, the patience comes with them believing in our sets and what we've worked on all year. Tim, I got an extremely confident bunch. I love their confidence, but sometimes it scares me because they believe they can make every shot. They believe they can play 32 minutes, you know, but I love that about them. But at the same time, we have matured over the course of the season. We executed. We got great looks late. We didn't make the shot, but I was proud that we executed to get the open shot, and we trusted our teammate in order to knock it down. We didn't make it, but the defensive end, we held Lexington Catholic to 38 points. I mean, if you don't win games that you hold teams under 40, even though they wanted to play a slow game, I believe they would trade 10 or 12 more points if it was there. I just give credit to our coaching staff on how they prepared our guys. We knew everything that Catholic was going to throw at us, and a great job on the defensive end.
Well, and again, and you guys know this, I mean, you had plenty of shots that probably you would have, and at other times you were capable of hitting. They were good shots. They didn't fall.
Right.
But, hey, I've said this all along as a coach. If you're holding those guys to 38 points, you can miss a few shots, and you still win.
There you go.
And you still win. So, and again, I think, like say, your execution, Coach, I loved how y'all can be the team that runs or you can be the team that executes.
Yeah, I've told them I'd be the team that play you in the alley, and then we can go play in the suburbs too. Whatever you want to do, that's the way you have to prepare, and you have to be ready to execute, because in March you're going to get games like this, and then on Tuesday it might be a track meet on Tuesday, and we welcome that as well. So I'm proud of the guys for the win, playing for a championship in the 11th region. Two of the top-ranked teams. We played them earlier in the year. We were a different team. They may be a different team now. So I'm excited to see what we can do on Tuesday.
That's what's going to make this matchup so interesting, is that y'all did play them early. But then again, like I say, two different teams.
Right.
You guys have grown. They have grown. They lost a piece.
Right.
So, but I mean, what I say, you all gained a piece.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing, you know. But what I say, what does Douglas do from this point getting ready for Tuesday night?
Well, when you got players like we have, you got to get rest. You got to use good judgment off the floor. Our coaching staff, my assistant coaches work harder than any staff I've had in my career. They'll clip the film. We'll talk about how to guard Malachi and Vince and LJ and the rest of those guys. We'll have a game plan, and we just have to be ready to play. You know, now, our motto is we're the opponent. That holds true on Tuesday as well, but you also got a unicorn in the middle, okay?
Sure.
You got a unicorn in the middle. We'll prepare and see what we can get. I hope that we could stay in the game, Tim.
Sure. Well, Coach, there's no doubt you're very well prepared this evening, and I'm sure you'll be prepared on Tuesday. Best of luck to you guys. I know standing in amongst y'all, I'm usually the one on the front in the chair. I don't get to stand up back here, so I'm glad Murray's sitting down. So, but hey, guys, best of luck, and Coach, congratulations to all of you tonight. We'll be back right after this on Glycot.
Any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Central Kentucky Driving School, raising the bar in driver education. Man of War Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. And by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family.
Back at Dunbar, Frederick Douglass moves on, a win over Lexcath 49-38. Tim, what did you come away with today?
You know, just that's two really good teams, but Coach is right. I mean, you know, you hold a team to 38. Brandon, Coach Salzman, he got that thing played the way he really wanted to give himself a chance so that Douglas didn't run off and score their normal 70-something points a game that they were averaging. But he held them under their average. I do think Catholic had some spots. I think turnovers hurt them to a certain degree. Lexington Catholic, they had wound up with 11 turnovers for the game, which wasn't horrible, but I thought they really had some at some times where it allowed Douglas to really take a little jump.
Only one Bronco in double figures. It was DeMarcus Surratt with 15. Tate Robinson finished it with 9. Avion Chenault with 8. And Robinson just made some back-breaking threes today for the Broncos.
Yeah, just, balance. They've got some good balance as far as what they put together today. I loved how Coach Garvin, I didn't see him using that many players earlier in the season when I got to see him earlier on. And, you know, just the guys he's bringing off the bench with Kaysen, the minutes they're doing, There's just a whole lot of things with, just all the different ones. I didn't even remember that he had that big a bench, but he showed a bench that allowed his starters to be able to rest. And that's important through tournament time.
Max Maher led Catholic with 14 points. Again, Hank Woodall 11 and 8. And this closes the chapter on Lex Cath for this year. Great year, but I think for next year their chapter could maybe perhaps have a different ending.
Yeah, they're just these experiences that they've had over this last little bit are just going to be phenomenal to put around their waist as they approach the next season and all those guys coming back.
Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon on Glycod. We have got 2 in the books, 1 more to follow. Keith Elkins and Sean Woods will take you home for the 7 o'clock tip, 6:30 airtime for Madison Central and Frederick Douglass in the girls' 11th region final. That'll do it for us for now. For camera operator John Strange and production assistant Shidok Artistani, Steve Bird was our producer. For Tim Glenn, I'm Chris Labar. We'll see you in just a little bit for more high school basketball on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been Central Kentucky High School Basketball, presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for the real world. College for your world. Tonight's game was brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. Movement that inspires. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Mathnasium of East and West Lexington. Changing lives through math. Roosters, a fun, casual place for wings and more. Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. Community Action Council. New Vista. Tech 24. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment. And Fast Signs.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation.